lawyers for the media organizations will be arguing that, in fact, audio recordings of this trial witnesses should be allowed. And that's really the key point here, Uveka. They have the support of the National Prosecuting Authority with that. And if that is allowed to happen, it will be the first time in the history of the South African legal system that we have broadcast, even if it's audio broadcast, of witness evidence.
Karen, are we expecting just argument to begin today, or are we expecting a decision by the end of today?
I would be surprised if we got a decision today. This is a very, very monumental case, and I think the judge hearing this, Dustin Mlambo, will be acutely aware that there is a possibility of appeal, particularly from Pistorius' lawyers, if this decision goes against him. They feel very strongly that allowing any kind of broadcast of this nature, particularly of witness evidence, will compromise his rights to a fair trial. They've said whether those witnesses are experts or just simply people involved, lay people involved in this case, it is simply not acceptable for witness evidence to be broadcast, because it will allow other witnesses to tailor that evidence, their evidence, and fundamentally compromise their rights. So certainly from that rhetoric, we do expect that they could possibly mount an appeal if the ruling goes against them. So we know the judge is going to be acutely aware of that, and we expect him to take some time before he makes his decision. However, it will have to be, obviously, before the start of this trial,
which is at the beginning of March, or the 3rd of March. Now, Karen, we know lots of international interest in the story as well. Do we see lots of international media present there for today's case?
We understand that quite a few international media organizations will be attending the case this morning. It gets underway at 10 o'clock. We have seen a few journalists arriving, but they will, this has massive repercussions for the media coverage of this case. So whether or not the international media are attending this morning's hearing, they will be watching proceedings unfolding, and will be acutely aware that the way this court rules on this matter will shape the way in which Oscar Pistorius' trial is depicted in the media, and whether or not we have access to that witness testimony.
Are we expecting anyone from the Pistorius family to be present in court today, or is it just an affair between lawyers?
I think it's going to just be an affair between the lawyers. I know the family members feel that they may attract even further attention that they don't want, particularly at this time if they're attending. We know that they are following the procedures, and we know they're very interested in them, but I don't think, given the kind of attention they feel they'll get if they arrive here, that they will actually attend this morning's proceedings, and I don't necessarily think it's necessary for them to do so.
All right, well, we'll watch and we'll wait. That's our reporter Karen Moore. She's at the North Gauteng High Court this morning.
Know more about your world.
eNCA.com